Exploring Florida's infamous Apalachee Correctional Institute, a tale of danger and survival. This is one of Florida's worst prisons where the inmates run the yard and the officers smuggle in the contraband. This prison was built back in 1949. The Apalachee Correctional Institution was established in 1949. Initially named the Youthful Offender Facility, it later became known as Apalachee Correctional Institution, East Unit.
Who has the best tattoos? Maybe then guilty of crime would win, right? There you go. This is for you, Montana Mystic, and for all the people that come on here. Let's go. Yeah, let's get that shitty prison. Yes, Karen, it's the worst prison out of the shitty prisons. All right, so here you go. Here's just a quick, fun fact about Stephan Sterns' new home. Guys, it's a bad home. It's a bad home. All right? Yes, support with Stepha. Go over there. Don't take it personal and vote for guilty of crime. All right? Michelle, thank you. Much love to all of you guys. Good to see you guys. I missed all of you. Yeah, some of you guys don't even realize, and it's 222 people in chat. 222. Say a prayer that Maddie gets the justice that she deserves. All right. Yeah, that's it right there. Let's have a tattoo contest and we'll see who wins. All right. What's up, Midnight Lace? I'm just getting started. Don't worry, sweetheart. But come on in and say happy birthday to our sister Sadie's mama. That's she's family here. All right. So listen, one of the worst prisons out there, Sneads, Jackson County, Florida. I'm going to explain to you what it means to be in a Florida prison system versus which Florida prison systems and what that means. I've been out hanging with the family, twin mommies. It's been a 3-day holiday that extended to 4 days. All right. My beautiful guilty baby guilty wants to hang out with the mamas. And so that's what we do. What's up, Allison? Good to see you. I missed all of you. This is where Stephan's going to be. And I'm telling you right now, if we went on a holiday somewhere, let's say we went to Hawaii, one of my favorite places to go, and I saw this, like, let's say it was a cruise, and I looked at this and said, this might be okay. But then I actually get there. That's what this is. This is like a bad version of what it looks like. They don't even show you what it looks like on their website because it's so bad and there's so much corruption. All right. I'm dead serious, and I'm going to show you why. Abso-freaking-lutely it is. Some of you guys don't even know what that means to be the worst prison and what's happening. So you can take a look at all that. Let me quickly just tell you why you look at that. Why? I'm not the only one that says that. Obviously, Stephan Sterns has moved to his forever home in ACI, or Apalachee Correction Institute. All right. It's one of the oldest Florida and worst prisons. It's one of the oldest Florida and oldest and worst. All right. This freaking thing was built in 1949 and it hasn't been updated, guys. The Apalachee Correctional Institute, it's the East Unit. It's a state prison for men that are located in Sneads, Jackson County, Florida. It's owned and operated by the Florida Department of Corrections, and it has a mix of security levels, including minimum, medium, and close, and houses adults and male offenders. Now, the first time it came out was in 1949, where they came up with a Apalachee Correction Institute, and they made the East Unit. It has a maximum of 1,322 prisoners. And it's just real bad, guys. It's real bad. So as we go, I'm going to explain to you what it means to be in a Florida system versus the actual East Unit of Apalachee Correctional Institute. Wait till you see what it looks like. You guys are just literally saying, that sounds terrible. Just wait, guys. I'm going to show you the first thing, and then I want to show you something. I want to make sure we touch on Maddie. All right, so let's just start with an inmate death at that prison. All right, inmate death in Apalachee. We're just gonna bang through this stuff, and I want you to see what I'm talking about. Inmate death, good example.
The Florida Department of Law Enforcement is currently investigating the death of an inmate at the Apalachee Correctional Institution. Yesterday, inmate 28-year-old Anthony Spencer was pronounced dead after apparently being attacked by another inmate while in.
So listen, guys. Potato, tomato. They actually documented Florida's worst prison as this one. So T Fox, potato, potato, tomato, tomato. I'm going to go through this and show you how old in the system is and how gross it is and how bad it is. And they pride themselves, apparently, on naming themselves the Florida's worst prison. So whether you think it's not the worst, I'm glad. That's good to hear your feedback. I wouldn't say that. I hope not to be in there. But the stuff that goes on and the units, the housing, the attacks, the maybe it's happy because they bring a lot of D-rugs in there. They bring a lot of bad stuff in there. All right. Yes, Sudi. Yes. All right, let's go. And then you could decide whether you think it's the worst or not. But that's what they claim. That's their claim to fame.
In prison, officials weren't allowed to release any other information due to the investigation and HIPAA privacy laws. Spencer was sentenced to 20 years in prison in 2013 for aggravated battery with a deadly weapon. He also was sentenced to 5 years in prison for sale, manufacture, or delivery of cocaine.
All right, so that was an inmate death there. I want to actually show you I'm going to show you the 1970s version while I get together for you what the difference is between. So this is actually, I couldn't find any Apalachee correction tours. I couldn't find anybody that went inside and filmed it. So the only thing I could find from Apalachee was in the 1970s when they did a little bit of an upgrade. And then when I researched some more about these prisons, I was like, what does that mean? What does Florida Department of Corrections mean? What's a FDC versus API? And why are they saying that? Okay, so there is a big difference. I'm sure there's a worst one, but how they rate it is different than how we rate it. And they say that Florida Department of Corrections, that's an actual state agency that runs Florida's entire prison system. Now, overall, all state operated correctional institutions, probation, parole services, inmate classification, rehabilitation, and prison staff. And the size of Florida's state agency is the third largest prison system in the U.S., guys. So listen, we're talking about Florida Department of Corrections, which runs the whole prison system. And then you've got a wing or a part of that Florida correction system with Apalachee. So they do claim themselves to be the third largest prison system, and they set statewide policies, budgets, security standards, and the inmate rules. So it's all coming from FDC. And then you've got Apalachee Correctional Institute, which is a different department of correctional system. It's in Sneads, Florida, and they have an east and a west wing housing male inmates. All right, what I talked about, medium, maximum, minimum levels, and they hold right now, they say 1,169. All right, 680 in the West unit where Stephan Sterns is. They also offer GED classes, vocation training, cabinet making, and it's operated directly by FDC, or the Florida Department of Correction System. It's just a branch. API is one branch from the federal correctional, the Florida Department of Corrections. All right. So the difference between API, where Stephan Sterns is, and FDC is FDC governs all of the prisons, and one prison in the government is FDC. All right. Or is API. Now let's take a look at this. I know I'm just talking, but they didn't have anything. This was built in 1949, and you're going to see this in the freaking 70s. And then we're going to go forward, and you're going to see what disgusting and all the things that go on. Don't worry, I got you. I don't think this has sound, which we don't need. I just want you to see what's happening, and then I'll talk to you guys as we go through there. All right. So right now they've already said that Stephan Sterns will spend the remainder of his time there. So we'll see what happens. Stephan Sterns is in that facility that I'm talking about right now, folks. It's literally right there. It's the Apalachee Correctional Institute, and it's the East Unit. Now, if you look at it, they're showing this from the 1970s. I can't find anything else, not anything else, but just inside an aerial view. It's like they just gave up on it after a while. All right. So API is where, or ACI is where Stephan's going to be. All right. Apalachee Correction Institute, ACI, excuse me. It's one of the state's oldest prisons, and they claim for it to be the worst. This is what they're doing in there, guys. This is how they did this in the 1970s. Now we have 333 people. Stop for a second. Say a prayer that Maddie gets the justice she deserves. This is the prison from the 70s, all right? So we're taking it way back to Apalachee. So that's where Stephan is, okay? Now, it's interesting because they do talk about having safety concerns and lots of violence. So as we watch this, play this video, you guys are going to see, all right? You're going to see what's going on. Whether he requests to be transferred or not, they may not care about Stephan Sterns, especially with what he's been convicted of and suspicion of. They may just say, we don't care about him. Let's bury what he has to say. No pun intended, right? What's up, everybody? Did I miss something? Foxy Amazon gifted 1 guilty of crime membership. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, let's keep going. This is the prison from the 70s and them doing upgrades, etc. All right, so listen, the facility has a reputation for being particularly dangerous, guys. According to former inmates, the East Unit, where Stephan Sterns is now, is very dangerous. There's lots of gang activities, and the East Unit is dangerous because life is cheap there. It says, I've seen inmates robbed at point blank range. The inmate robbing the other inmate is usually armed with a shank or a pooker is what they called it. Now, listen, the reason I say that, another reason why it's very terrible is because the people that go there don't have money, or people already have given up on them, versus Stephan Sterns, that when the criminals see him on the news, or they hear that Deb and Chris are giving him money for commissary, they might just come and want to shank him if he doesn't give his commissary up from Chris and Deb. And that is the reality of this prison. Again, they haven't done ish since 1970. And I'm going to show you. This is in California, guys. We're talking about Apalachee Correctional Institute. It's a Florida Department of Corrections branch. And that's what we're looking at right here, guys. We're just looking at them build it, put it together. It's the nature of prison, guys. It's the nature of prison. You don't go to prison to have a good time. And they definitely put him in one of the worst prisons that he could possibly be in. One of the oldest and one of the most dangerous, like I said. All right, so let's keep going. My internet is slow today. I feel like it's been like that. All right, hold on. All right.
The overwhelming majority of Florida's counties are considered rural.
All right, hold on.